Hey, sports card fans, it's John, Boggs fan. Hope you're all doing well. This is what I love about the YouTube sports card community. It was about a month ago that Dan from Ol'SargeCollects did a video response contest celebrating 200 subscribers to his channel. Well, that video response contest got so much attention that his channel now is over 300 subscribers. Congratulations, Dan. Well deserved. I love your content. If you haven't checked out or not familiar with Dan's channel, I will have a link to his channel in the description of this video. Definitely go check his channel out. Well, he did a contest for 200 subscribers, and now he's doing another contest celebrating reaching the 300 subscriber milestone. Now, what he wants us to do in this video, seeing that the baseball season is soon upon us, he wants to talk about our two favorite baseball teams and why they are our favorite teams. And in addition to that, show off some cards that we have of those two teams. Well, as you can tell by my thumbnail of this video and probably from watching my videos, you know that my two favorite teams are the Red Sox in the American League and the New York Mets in the National League. Now, I want to talk about why I am a fan of the Boston Red Sox first, because that's a little more direct and easy to explain. My mom grew up in Massachusetts. So since I was a baby, really, we would go up to my grandparents in South Central Massachusetts for about 2 weeks in the summer and for about a week around Thanksgiving. Now, by Thanksgiving, the baseball season had ended, but for those 2 weeks in the summer, even if we went up to New Hampshire for a week during that time, it was Red Sox on TV, Red Sox in the newspaper, Red Sox on the radio. It was Red Sox everything. So you couldn't help, or I couldn't help, becoming a Red Sox fan and rooting for the Red Sox. So that's really the reason why I root for the Red Sox. Now, the New York Mets are a different story. And the reason why I actually root for two teams is I'm born and raised and still live in central Pennsylvania. Well, I could never get the Red Sox on TV. In fact, today, I still can't watch any Red Sox games on TV unless I, pay for some MLB package or maybe, some other paid service to watch the Red Sox. So, not being able to watch the Red Sox on TV, I decided to pick another team to watch that maybe I could see on TV. Now, I did have some options growing up. Obviously, in central Pennsylvania, I could get the Phillies. I don't know why. I just couldn't connect with the Phillies. I can't explain it. I just never could become a fan or root for the Phillies. I don't know why. I have relatives that live down in the Philly area. I just don't know. I just couldn't make that connection. I think I could get Pittsburgh Pirates games on TV. I think. I'm not too sure. So that may have been, if I couldn't get them on TV, maybe that's why I couldn't make a connection. But again, for whatever reason, just Pittsburgh didn't make a fit for me. Well, the Baltimore Orioles aren't too far away from me. I don't think I could get them on TV either. Now, I think back in the day, I could get the Braves on TBS. And I think through WGN, I think that was the channel, I think I could get the Cubs. But the Braves and Cubs were so far away from central Pennsylvania, even though they were on cable. I just, again, couldn't make that connection. So that left the Yankees, WPIX Channel 11. Well, you can't be a Red Sox fan and a Yankees fan. I think the universe would collapse on itself. I don't think it's physically possible to be a Red Sox fan and a Yankees fan. So the Yankees were out. So that left the Mets. Now, I think it was WWOR, Channel 9, I think. Anyway, WWOR, I think, was the TV channel. And I could actually see the Mets on TV. And so we're talking about, I was born in 72, 1983, so I was around 11 years old. The Mets started, bringing up some young talent, making some moves. They started bringing in Keith Hernandez, Gary Carter. They had a decent rookie, Darryl Strawberry, and then the year following that, Doc Gooden. And so from that 83 time frame, through the late 80s, maybe not so much early 90s, but at least through the late 80s, of course, the World Series win in 1986, which was a difficult World Series, not only for me, but for my household. My mom being the Red Sox fan and me sort of leaning toward the Mets. I was torn. I was definitely torn. Whoever won that World Series, I would have been completely happy with. But I do remember specifically Game 6, the famous Game 6. My parents were watching the World Series from the TV in the living room. They had a finished basement and a TV down there. So they were watching upstairs, rooting for the Red Sox. I decided to go downstairs because I was sort of favoring the Mets. And it got to the later innings, and it looked like the Red Sox were going to win, and it was getting late, if I can remember, and I think school the next day or something like that. So it was getting around my bedtime, and so I remember walking upstairs to the first floor and telling my mom, well, congratulations, the Red Sox, you're finally going to see the Red Sox win a World Series. So I go upstairs, and I start getting ready for bed. And I don't even know if I don't think I turned the TV on up in my parents' bedroom, which is next to the bathroom. Anyway, all I can remember is hearing my mom going, "No," like, okay. And then a little bit later, "No," and I'm like, what's going on? So I went into my parents' bedroom. Again, they were still downstairs watching, so I turned on the game upstairs. And that's when I think they had 2 outs and they got a hit and then another hit. And of course, so the Bill Buckner play. And when the Mets won, I went downstairs and said to my mom, I'm like, Mom, I am so sorry. I said, there's still one more game to go. It is not over yet. Well, of course, the Mets won Game 7. So that's the background of why I am a Boston Red Sox fan, and why I am a New York Mets fan through and through, thick and thin. No World Series win for the Mets since 1986. I know it's been horrible. Every year, it seems there's promise. They make it to the All-Star break. Hey, maybe they'll do it this year, and they fall apart. So I'm not expecting anything from the Mets this year. Maybe not so much from the Red Sox either. I think they're still trying to figure out where to go. Rebuilding year. I don't know. I'm not expecting much from my two teams this coming season, but you never know. That's why they play the games. All right. So the second part of this video response is to show off some cards that I have in my collection of those two teams. Now, I'm not a team collector. I'm more of a player collector. Obviously, my Boggs collection, and now into vintage cards. So I'm going to show off some of my favorite. They're mainly vintage, some modern. I do have some modern cards, but I don't really actively collect Red Sox players or actively collect current Mets players, things like that. Just ones that I have in my collection here that I'm going to show off. So I'm going to turn the camera around and show off some of my favorite Boston Red Sox and New York Mets cards. All right, I pulled quite a few number of Red Sox and Mets cards because as I started looking through, I'm like, I'll show this one off and that one off. So in the interest of time, I'm not going to go into much detail about the cards themselves, but I'm going to start off with some of my favorite New York Mets cards. And the first one here, obviously, is my 69 Topps Tom Seaver. I think that's one of his nicest cards. Really love that one. And another Tom Seaver. You'll see a pattern here a little bit. Love that action shot from the 74 top set. And this other one here, I don't know, it's like just a spring training one, but just love the pose there of the pitch from the 76 tops. And also from 76 tops, I have this Victory Leaders. And Yogi Berra card as the manager of the New York Mets from the 73 top set. And not to be outdone, the Joe Torre Hall of Famer, Mets manager from 1978 tops. And then into some modern cards. Here is the 84 Donruss Darryl Strawberry, the 84 Fleer, and the 84 tops. I do have his 83 tops traded, but it's part of the set, so I don't have an individual card of his 83 tops traded rookie, but really like that tops card. Then, of course, the other big player, again, from those early days of the Mets, sort of somewhat dynasty, at least in terms of winning the division or maybe not going to the World Series other than 1986, but making good runs and having good teams, Dwight Gooden. So here's his 85 Donruss, his 85 Fleer, and his 85 tops. Now, again, I have his 84 tops traded rookie or extended rookie card, XRC, whatever you want to call it, but it's part of the set, so I don't have a separate copy of that one either. It's part of the set that I have. And then I do have a few of the modern players. I used to buy jumbo boxes of Topps Series 1 to update from like 2012, of course not 2011, wish I had started in 2011, but 2012 to maybe 2019, something like that. And I did manage to find, actually this is from 2014, Jacob deGrom rookie card. And not only the Jacob deGrom rookie card, but the gold parallel as well. I think this is serial numbered out of, let's see if I can get that. Ooh, come on. There we go. 2014. So, yeah, I do have the gold. I was thinking someday of maybe getting these graded. They look like pretty good copies. Although, I don't know, with the deGrom's injuries and stuff, his career prospects, I mean, he's still, I think, a great pitcher when healthy. Hopefully he has a good year for the Rangers. Hopefully, I don't even know if he can, with his injury, if he'll have a full year or not with the Rangers this year, coming back from the injury that he had, but we'll see. So, again, not as many Mets cards in my collection. Of course, these aren't all of them, but those are the main ones that I have. All right, on to the Red Sox, which I have a lot more of. There are some more Hall of Famers in my vintage collection for the Red Sox, of course. Then there are the Mets. And I'm going to start off with a player that I think should be in the Hall of Fame, and that is Dwight Evans. Here's my 75 tops. Then his 77 tops, just like that image there. And of course, I have to show off the 78. Just love that the batting helmet there and the patch there on the sleeve. And then moving on to a Hall of Famer in Jim Rice. I don't have Jim Rice's rookie card, which I need to get. I need to pick up one day. I do have a ungraded copy that is somewhat beat up. not worthy sending into grading or anything like that. So I wouldn't want a nicer copy. But this is his second year, his first solo card with the Rookie Cup from 1976. And I decided to pull his 1977. And of course, I had to show off. I love the smile here on his 78. And then we move on to Pudge. Here's my Carlton Fisk rookie card. And then absolutely love, just like the Tom Seaver from the 74 set, the Carlton Fisk sort of action shot here from the 74 set. Just really love that. And not to be outdone is his 1977 action shot. Great card there. And of course, yes, I did have to pull out the 1978. Just, I don't know, just love the expression there. And of course, the All-Star Shield, love that in the 78 top set. All right, I did have to show off two Wade Boggs cards, of course. I'm just going to go very basic here. Didn't want to try to figure out a couple cards to pull out, so I just went with his rookie card that I have in a PSA 9. And then, of course, probably, I did this in a previous video, probably my favorite overall Wade Boggs card is his 84 tops, of which I have over 1,000 copies of. Not all graded. This is the only graded copy I have. All right, moving on and going back in time. I know I started with the Tom Seaver and the Mets and went to modern. I did some of these, and now I'm going to be going a little bit back in time before I go to a couple of the modern players. But the next all-time great Red Sox, Ol'SargeCollects. Here's my rookie card. Having complete tops run, so I just picked a couple of my favorite tops cards of Ol'SargeCollects. The next one, of course, the 67, the year he won the Triple Crown. Love that card. And then maybe beyond his rookie card, I don't know. This is probably one of my favorite. This was a national pickup. Just gorgeous copy of that 71 tops. And then just to throw this in here, I have his 75 tops mini as well. And finishing off with his 76, just like the shot there of his follow through. Looks like he's watching the ball hopefully clear the right field fence in Fenway, it looks like. Although this could be, well, actually, no, it wouldn't be Fenway because that's not their regular uniform. That looks like maybe a spring training game. But whatever it was, it looks like he at least hit a long fly ball, if not a home run, to right field based on that image there. All right, now the last vintage player and probably one of the greatest baseball players of all time, Ted Williams. I couldn't pass up an opportunity to show off my 1954 Bowman Ted Williams that I picked up at last year's National. And of course, one that I've had since, I had this before in my collection. Then I sold it. Then I picked up this copy at the 2015 National, 1954 tops. One day that'll be in a PSA holder. And then finally, a fairly recent pickup, his 1958 tops. And then we'll wrap things up here with a couple of modern players. I did, again, pulling from packs, I did have the Mookie Betts from the Topps Update rookie card. Again, one day I may decide to get this graded, even if it comes back a 9, just so I have a graded copy of it. Centering looks pretty good, although, you know, the difference between a 9 and a 10, I'm not that great in figuring out the differences. I mean, it looks good, probably at least a 9, which is, again, I don't care about the number, but maybe one day want to get this sent in to get graded. And then finally, again, I don't collect a whole lot of Red Sox, at least on purpose, but I do have a Rafael Devers rookie card from 2018, Allen and Ginter. So there we go. Some of my favorite New York Mets and Boston Red Sox cards in my collection. Dan, congratulations again on now surpassing 300 subscribers. I'm sure before you know it, you'll be doing another contest, maybe even for 400, but at least 500 subscribers. Again, if you haven't checked out his channel, please do so. There's a link to his channel in the description of this video. And with that, that's all I have for you. So until next time, thanks for watching.